I 100% apologize about that. I sent out my go live and apparently it didn't go live. My bad. Sorry about that. Come on, game. Show the game. There we go. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. How y'all doing today? Yeah. We're doing a little bit of research. Just taking care of the military ones we had available. Legitimately not much of anything. Uh kind of just preparing for what we've got coming. So, we found our oil all the way down here. That's three nests, one of them of a decently sizable quantity, and our pollution cloud is getting close to that direction. So, yeah. We've also got the issue of getting really close over here to one that looks like it's a five nester sitting right next to what I'd like to be our next iron ore patch. If we don't go for that one. That one's smaller but safer. Um, this one's extra small and pretty much completely safe right now, but yeah, we've got a few ore patches we're likely to try to grab. I don't know when the next time Ghost and Steve are gonna play with me. Um, so we're gonna see about at the very least fortifying down here a little bit. Now, maybe setting up an additional ammo production chain just to fuel it. Because nothing says screw you like like armor piercing. But optimally, we take that out. I'm just looking. You know what? There's one more thing we need to set up. And this is actually going to be the first time I'm having to use the red. I've been putting off having to use the red, but I'm going to have to use it today. I hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, I made a mistake with my stream timing, and now I'm a little embarrassed about it. There we go. And of course, I don't have any. Can I make it? What do I do? I will gleefully do that, what I just did. Because stealing that away for a minute means All right. Yeah, I'm gonna basically set up a another another set just for the purpose of pushing out bricks for what do you call it? My brain just does not like to function. Sometimes you can clearly see it. I apologize. Um, yeah, this one never seems to get any. Huh. Yeah. Let's just. Yeah, this is gonna look stupid, but we're gonna need walls and a little bit of. Let's call it Perry production. You know, I just don't use enough of these to keep them on there. A little bit of Perry production, pseudo production, putting them off to the side, preparing for when we need them is just gonna be smart. How you doing, Omazi? Hope you having a good day. You know what? Let's set that to there, just to be safe. We'll set you to there. And let's see. My brain is sometimes my brain hurts, and I really should feel worse about it. It's probably the crappiest way I could do it. But seeing as how we just kind of need an early warning, essentially. I'm not going to bother making this double thick. I will, however, I'm seeing that for anyone who's not familiar with with me, my history with this game is, I care less about being efficient and more about just enjoying myself and and what I'm doing and how I'm playing. Full stop. I'd rather, if I'm not having fun, why am I playing? I need to get more. I want to stretch a line across there, just just pepper a few turrets along it, like overlapping fields, but not a solid wall of turrets. And then just dump some ammo down there. On them, probably from a chest like that. Just to give me a little bit of a defensive posture from that direction until we're ready to go down there and tackle it. I'm kind. I'm probably gonna end up tackling the oil alone and acquiring the oil, but I am trying to push it off until one of my server buddy mates can make it. How you doing at demo? Oh. And because of that, I am trying to just crank a little defensive posture along here, just to give us just to pretend that we have some defenses, with a couple turrets along it. They'll deter most things that could come along early, but they're not going to last. I also am the unfortunate receiver of hiccups today. Couldn't tell you why. There's apparently a dead tree right here. There we go. Alright, well, in the interest of being able to actually place things down here, let's do a little bit of landscaping. Hey, projectile damage 3 is done. Knowing my luck, that will be where it breaches. So let's start there. And if you can't see it, don't worry. I can barely see it, so you're not alone. I'm trying to give it a 3-unit space, in overlap. 1, 2, 3. That way it'll that way, something attacking the middle one should be able to be focused on by 3 turrets without it being at the edge of a turret space. Should be overlapping enough fields of fire that we shouldn't have too many problems. And of course, because it's right at the edge, I'll put a second one just to be safe. Along with reinforcing the walls here at the corner slightly. I don't have the ammo on me, but I do have belts, so let's get those started, I suppose. I'm gonna re-loop it around to there. Keep it looping, so to speak. Except for here. I'll accept an underground there. Ooh, that's not good. I thought I had more. All right. Also, I need to grab more stuff for power poles while I'm up here. Just copper. I'll grab a handful of ammo while I'm up here. That should be over here. Oh, right. Need these two. That should be overkill. I think our stone mine is probably starting to exhaust itself. I'm probably going to need to, after we secure the one down here, I'll have to yeah. I don't like having them pull from the same corner, but it's a corner. What do you expect? Um, oh, and of course I did not get enough. Whoops. Well, to be fair, I don't have everything wired up, so it not going all the way isn't that bad yet. Oh, don't like that. Broke my chain. Oh, I am a mess with how I'm doing this. Oh, really? Look at you. You ain't even got the supplies you need. Always the one. Like that. Really? Alright. Let's go back for ammo. And when we come back, we should start not more ammo, more belts. How did you? Right. Ammo's down here. Believe me, if there was a way to make it if there was a way to make it so freaking if there was a way to make it so inserters could lob grenades, I'd be using that instead of what we are. Hear that? We want grenade lobbing inserters. Or an RPG turret. One of the two. And I recognize this is not going to last us, if it gets bad. This is just to base. This is just a static defense, so to speak. This is the one I'm more concerned about, and I'm probably going to go try to take that out on my own. Honestly. This was set up early on and probably should be removed. It's just wasting space over there. We should see ammo start coming around soon. It's not... Yeah, there's the ammo. I'm going to stick around down here long enough to know that I've got at least a little ammo in each one. I want to make sure there's actually enough ammo to put some in everything. And yes, there are few enough I could have filled them myself. I don't feel like it. Can you blame me for not wanting to go around and make sure I fill every single one when there's belts to do that for me? Oh, we're very rapidly going to run out of researches again. Because, well, without oil, we're kind of deadlocked at what I've got currently done, and we won't have oil until, well, till we head down south. Ooh, some over there too. See it before. I recognize that this is very quickly getting ready to start being a problem because of the trees dying over here. Ooh, and you know what? It's been a while since I checked my power. What? Okay, we're doing good. I was kind of hoping Steve would get on and work on this with me today, but I think he's still sleeping in. We'll just grab some more because we're definitely gonna set up some, we'll call them turret encampments over here. Not honestly, we could probably do with better ammo production, but it's serviceable right now. I don't know why I haven't just put walls on there yet. Yes, I know this is a weird shape to do it in. So assume me, I'm trying to have fun with it. Besides, Ghosty's our combat specialist, and he ain't been on it a few days. I'm just looking to bracket our labs with a little bit, and hopefully they'll be drawn towards these points instead of away from it. You know what? I should probably tighten up that copper line there, shouldn't I? God, I'm gonna have so much copper in my inventory. My inventory is getting a little messy. Ghost has built a Ghost has built some over here in the ways of defenses, but I'm just gonna reinforce it just a little bit with an extra one. I don't know why I made that. Because the way I see it is the more the better. And we should have sufficient shooting speed in the turrets along with weapon damage to deal with everything up to like medium biters. So there is that. And yeah, we don't have. We'll have to go around and refill those. But that's why I'm putting 25 magazines instead, just 10. It'll last a little longer. I think he did put them up. Yes, he did. Put them all through here. The overlap isn't so hot here, so I kind of think I want to put another here, I think, right in this area. Now, I recognize that a full barrier would be better, but we're getting ready to enter the oil stage of the game, and well, you guys know how oil is in this game. It's only a matter of time until you have to rebuild your entire base. So I'm just preparing for that, you know? I'm just preparing for us having to tear down everything to rebuild the base, you know? Everything down here is kind of, eh. You know, yes, I'd be upset if we lost our science production, but as long as the belts aren't completely decimated, we've got plenty built up. And as soon as, let's see, military. After we get these done, the next military we need is the flamethrower, because of course we need the flamethrower, but that's dependent on us getting flammables, which is dependent on us getting oil. So which weird, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a, you know what, can I can make a car. Sweet. All right. Can I make a gate? Yes, I can. Cool. And I have sufficient grenades, I think. I think I would like to put down, I know one's probably enough, but one is definitely not enough. Glad I grabbed two. In fact, let's go ahead and put down a third, just to be safe. If I need more than 19 turrets, I'm doing something wrong. Should not need that many for going and taking out a nest of that size, especially with grenades and fish available to me. Although I could probably use a little more fish, to be fair. Probably make a few more repair packs. You back in my inventory. I need you. Jeez, I had way too much in my inventory. Repair packs require. I know they're good for a while, but I'd rather have a few laying around. So I should be able to just go six, 6 and 8 are my fish and grenades, respectively. 7's my defender capsules. And why are you in 2 different spots? You should not be. All right. I think I right. I did say I wanted to go get more fish. Also, I'll check on. Yeah, plenty of power going. We're not really using anything actively other than a little bit of passive production, and this is why we need to. This is why we need to take out that base. We need to secure more iron soon. Really should. When we redesign the base, I'm planning on building. I did not set up the defenses down here. You saw how I was building them. We'll just grab a few more fish. I'd like to go. That'll be close enough. That'll be enough. Okay. And of course, as soon as I decide to drive, it's turned night. I didn't even realize they had done that. I am not the best driver with these things. If I head up through here. What is that? I can see at least two worms. Do we do a drive-by? Or do we set up a perimeter? I think we just set up a perimeter. Oh, gee, thank you. Thank you for just completely dumping all my spare ammo. Thank you. There we go. I'm gonna do with just two. Alright, that was nice and easy. Gotta love it when it's easy. I don't like you. I don't know why I'm doing that instead. Just break him. Alright, and that... Oh, it's a double field. That's medium biters. And even more iron. Oh. There's like the mother load of iron right here. Yeah, it's my bad. That was my bad. I forgot which button was my fish. Stupid thing, but hey, it happens. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 was my fish. So that was my fish. My bad. Medium biters. Oh, that's not good. And that's exactly why I cleared out most of my inventory. Yeah, I lost some things, but nowhere near as bad as I could have. Let me just what do I need on for defenders? Steel, copper, and all right. Now while I'm running my way over there, hopefully, you know what? This would be so easier if I just grab some ammo for that instead of. It would probably be smart if I made myself some armor too, but hey, no one ever said I was smart. I'm corpse running. Of course I'm not smart about it. Alright, and how close is the next enemy base? It's feckin' massive, and it's right there. Hmm. Alright, well, I cleared out at least near this one, and this one we could set up a train to bring it over, to bring it over, and I'll leave tackling that to Ghost and Steve because they'll enjoy that. Honestly, grenades make it trivial. I don't know why I'm even concerned about it. I should just go. Didn't even use my gun. That's how trivial that was. Like that, it was almost pointless for me to stress about that. I'm actually a little ashamed of myself for being stressed about that. But yeah, they're about the same distance, except this is I like this one better for setting up a train station, so to speak. But let's go reduce some of the power load that we're dealing with, even though we're not really moving a lot. Oh, wait. Those were still good. It's the iron where we're really, really hurting. And the whole reason I was talking about wanting to get a train for those going. Anything to reduce the power draw we're causing in prep for expansion. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right. I don't have any of those on me. Our iron will suffice for a little longer. But I think yeah, I think our next goal is setting up a defensive emplacement over there because we're going to have a metric fuck ton of miners over there. Which will place down the turrets and design the train stop before we do that. Not turrets, place down the miner blueprint and design the train station before we do that. But I'm gonna step off for just a minute to use the can. I cannot pause it, unfortunately. So, server play. So let's go park our Skippy selves up here by Ghost's defensive home emplacement, and I'll be back. All right, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Ghosty made himself defensive emplacement here in case we ever had to fall back. But yeah, it's a thing. Just doing some cleanup. Needs done. No point in all of it being over here. I'm not going to take down their science build for them, but we can at least repurpose those to research faster. Whoop. I only have one. It's not as efficient. I'm not going to be as happy about it, but there. More research faster. All right, let's go do some. Let's go remanage my inventory a little. It's just not my day, is it? Hey, Zermura, how you doing? Let's go remanage my inventory here. I do not need to be carrying 1001 ammo. I don't need you at the moment. I'm trying to get away from using you. Actually, you can stay in there. I want you to. I'll end up needing you. Probably need twice as many of those as I have, but it's resources to build with. Why would I ignore that? I'll come back for it. Why are you suffering on the stone front? Do I have something else pulling stone? I don't remember using stone for anything else. Why is my stone... well, no, I know why my stone is suffering. That is a tiny ass patch and it's mixed with copper, so I can't fully tap it without having to clean up from between the copper. Oh, I lost half of it, ran out. That's why. That explains why. The coal patch is starting to see some wear and tear too. You know what? I'm not going to argue with it. I'm just going to let it run. All right. Yeah. Don't ask about. I'm. I'm. You know what? I don't know why I'm trying to. High speed landscaping, ladies and gentlemen. Can't go wrong with it. that just that just did in 30 seconds what I was gonna spend 5 minutes doing. Hey, my science per minute. God, I can never remember where to look for that. Well, if I can narrow down our that's that's produced. We're averaging around 12 red a minute, and green is bouncing around too much for me to actually see it. Uh, looks like we're seriously. No, we're uh, well, that's just it. This isn't just a me base, Redeemant. This is a me and a few friends. It's a server that one of us, one of the guys, Survival Steve is paying for. Yeah, they haven't gotten to get on in nearly a week while I've been the one getting on, and we're currently bottlenecked by oil, and I'm kind of trying to hold off on doing oil until the next time they get on because it's kind of shitty to, you know, do everything while your friends are offline, and it's bad enough I'm doing this much. Yeah, as fun it as it is to play, I do want to leave stuff for them to do. But I did just liberate some iron. These two down here. This one, there was a biter on top of the patch, and that's a little big for me to be comfortable soloing. At least without a tank and let. Yeah, yep, it's all the way down here too, behind three biter patches, and about another 700 meters from our defensive wall. Yeah, so my goal, what I'm working on right now is I'm going to set up a incoming train station for unfortunately none of the three of us have the Space Age DLC. Mostly in my case it's because I just haven't been able to justify the cost. But I yeah, and if I can't justify the cost and I like the game and I'm willing to play it for days on end, then the two guys who neither of them have beaten the base game before, even with help. So unless you've beaten the base game a few times and you're comfortable getting to rockets, it's a little hard to justify getting space age. So I am gonna start iron, copper. There's a coal patch close enough. I feel like I can get away without, with just using red belts for it instead of yellow. Um, so I'm not gonna do coal, but I need iron and copper coming in on the train which eventually a third stop for oil. All right, we'll do it. Single-headed 1-1 train, single head, single cargo. That's probably safe, isn't it? For single head, single cargo with multiple trains. We'll I'll be using, where is it? Rails book. Just simple blueprints like this. It should be usable. It's not like I'm gonna use, you know. I shouldn't need too much parking, so. Yeah. Roundabouts can help a lot with that, I think. I don't want to have to build two, it just means using 1-1s just means that I do have to have parking at both ends, to account for excess trains coming in either way. I'm doing both. I'm doing what do you call it? Two. Do you call it 2-lane if it's just I'm doing two rails, one going one way, one going the other. Do you call that 2-lane? Yeah. I mean, anytime I think 2-lane, I think two and going in one direction, in either direction, like paired rails. So yeah, I think this will work, especially when we're becking beginners and we barely know what we're doing. You know, the only issue I can see is this. Yeah. The only issue I can see is right here, the turnoffs if we have to use these. You know, which it shouldn't be a problem. True. Do I have another? I mean, I think I've got. No. Do I have the Nilaus train stuff? No, I don't. I think that's the only train stuff I have is that particular one. Unless there's some in here. I don't think there is. There's a train shop. Yeah. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. What that was supposed to be. I'm gonna use I'll be building roundabouts, I guess, at every every intersection. Um, but I need to start by building a 3 station uh a 3 station getting a three a 3 stop station, which actually means, yeah, gonna need a few of those. Put you here. I definitely do not have enough rail for this whole thing, but I need to go get enough steel so I can at least make a single engine for identifying how big it needs to be. And yes, I'm really running 15 labs going full bore for weapon shooting speed 4. Yes. Yes, that is actually happening. I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure there's a few people who would say, why? Why are you doing that? Like, legitimately, we're literally being limited by getting over there and putting a pump jack on some crude. Which reminds me, I do need to make a few solar panels for that. Just so we can get it without having to drag power lines all the way down there. Oh, I forgot lights on this. Oh well. Alright. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Especially because, well, let's see if any of them are awake. Neither of them are online right now. I know one of them's at work, but the other, he's just not even awake yet. Alright, so we're going to start with me just absolutely ruining that train line placement. What's up? I am kind of into Western Mecha. It's just been a while since I've found it interesting enough to actually get into it. It's like every time there's one that's actually enjoyable, I find out something about the company that makes it unfun. Like, why can't these game companies just be decent people, you know? Then I remember their game companies, and that tells you all you need to know. I can't remember what train limit does. It has been so long since I had to do this. I mean, sometimes Deadly Shadow, you know, a lot. I admit, outside of like Factorio and one or two other games, I do tend to prefer to play more relaxed, less violent games. Admittedly, it's no excuse, but it's there. You know, I like to be chill. You know, it's chain. It's rail in, chain out, or is it chain in, rail out? I can't remember. And in general, like I said, I don't do generally do IRL things. Yeah, I remember somebody saying chain in, but I can't, but I can't remember if it was first or second they said that. So I think it is rail out. Does that feel right? I mean, that's functionally working, but whether that's correct is a different story. Yeah, no, I generally feel that way too about it, Dadley, but with the fact that that is the ugliest transition ever. Let me redo that. With the fact that I know I need, I know we've got, I've got, yeah, I know I've got. Let's see, I only need two, so that's actually good right there. Yeah, I think I've got that right. I seem to remember like I said, I seem to remember somebody saying, I think it was Dosh actually, when in doubt, use more chain signals. I'm planning on um I plan on only running one of each train. So, how you doing, Slim? I only plan on running one of each train, one copper, one oil, one iron. Yeah, I plan on only running one of each chain, so this should be good. I'm doing pretty good. This should be good since I'm only planning on running one chain for each one, so to speak. Like I said, feel like I did something wrong here. Okay, no, he's right. But damn if it doesn't feel awkward. I'm doing pretty good, man. How was work today? Hope it wasn't too soul crushing for you. God, I do not like that transition. Where are my? There they are. This one's gonna be oil. And need to rename this one too, just so I'm not forgetting it. This one's there we go. And now I just need to pull up my blueprints here. Where are they? I say my blueprints. I definitely did not build these. Just using some. It's worth noting that this blueprint setup does not have turns, and I'm a little concerned about that. Nice, nice. So when you are you getting close to being able to get back to streaming, or is that still you and far off? Why do I have? What the holy? Why do I have? This is just a further out version of this one. I don't know what's going on there. Come on. And I hurt myself. Good job. When you're so efficient at clearing trees, you hurt yourself. You start to do that as I won't say side business, but, you know, as, you know, just to help people out, or are you actually look, you know, saying, hey, I'm about to start doing this as a side business? Oh, nice. That is a nice one there. So I think the real question here, Slim, is when are we finally going to get you in Factorio with us, huh? When are we finally going to get you in Factorio? All right. Well, that at least gives me a point to work to before I have to turn it. All right. Where is? You know what? Let's stop it right there. Come from the other side. There we go. And I've got room for at least one more on this side here. And should be able to get one in here too if I need it. Um, Honestly, I'll probably try to get better at these over time, but either way, now I gotta I get the exciting art of trying to make a not shit looking turn. Got it. The worst part about trains. You know what? It'd probably be easier if I just grabbed. I keep losing my rail book every time I look away. Probably be easier if I just did the smart thing and placed down another blueprint first. Ooh, I did not know there were cliffs here. Hmm. Well, yes, soul, the factory must grow. Now, if only my teammates would get on and we could actually make it grow. Unfortunately, I'm just kind of doing resource maintenance since, unfortunately, just vanilla. I haven't been able to justify the cost of the DLC yet. As much as I've enjoyed it, I've only beaten the base game like 2 or 3 times myself, so it's hard to justify. Not yet. I've watched a few people play it, but I haven't played it myself yet. I'm looking forward to trying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to trying. I just haven't. Yeah. Oh, I am gonna say it right now, Slim. Don't wait for a Factorio sale. You're not gonna get a Factorio sale anytime soon. You'll once you fall into the Factorio addiction, you will not lack for play for playtime. You're not gonna waste on it's yeah. It never goes on sale because it it's a 3,000 hour game, plain and simple. It's a 3,000 hour game. You'll drop 3,000 hours onto it just like you have on Space Engineers. Yeah, yeah. Um, Factorio's got so many lifers, it doesn't go on sale. And I was coming for more materials for. Yeah, yeah. They've quite legit. They've legitimately said we're not putting it on sale because that's not how. That's we don't see a need for it. We made a good product. We know we made a good product. People that want to play it are going to buy it. Except they can back it up. They know that they know damn well anyone who plays their game, who chooses their game to play, is going to play it for hundreds of hours. Yeah. It's not a matter of if you're going to play Factorio, it's how long you're going to play Factorio. And to be fair, it's no bots yet. We haven't cracked it. We haven't gotten oil yet. I'm kind of waiting for my teammates to be able to rejoin to do oil, to go chase oil. Yeah, they're one of them's at work right now and the other's probably asleep. Yeah, well, they uh they kind of wasted a lot of our early iron on frivolous things. So our first iron patch is already 2/3 exhausted. So yeah, I'm I'm getting iron. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I always forget about that. All right. I have to I mean, I'm just a 500 hour. I don't have I only have 500 in it right now. Oh, this is I really don't have a great one of these either way. I know. I know I need I'm prepping for copper and iron. I'm going to iron, but I'm prepping my copper line too while I'm here. I'm planning ahead instead of recklessly having to fit it in later. Because when I try to fit it in later, I'll completely mess it up. By just planning on where I want to turn off, I feel like I'll be better off. Clearly, this is an older one that doesn't account for the newer stuff, or I'm just that stupid. Am I just that stupid? This is one that relies on the older design stuff, isn't it? It has been a while since I updated my blueprints, and clearly it shows. That's a little upsetting right there that it's not lining up properly. Because that also means all my all right. Well, suppose that means now I have to figure out my signals again, don't I? This is the whole reason I rely on those on the blueprints is because I barely understand signals. You know what? It kind of feels like cheating to do this, but where is it? Is this one? References. What is that? Right here. There's only one here, so I'm guessing it has to go here. All right, that's that. Yep, that was 100% lazy mode, and also telling me that I need to update my blueprints right there. Clearly, I need to get and I need to get an updated blueprint book for the rails because my old one does not work anymore for everything. I'm gonna have to make some landfill. Yeah, we hit that atmospheric creepy part of the You're not wrong, but it's one of those yeah, I really don't want to have to. Especially because knowing my luck, I would absolutely screw them up. I mean, I generally do like the modularity too. I'm not gonna lie, but when it comes to rails, rails the blueprints get so complex so fast that I'd rather use a pre-built plan, pre-planned set that somebody, even if I didn't make it, just because it's so complicated. You know? Just because they're so complicated, I'd rather use a pre-built set for trains, especially honestly, I thought we were yeah, I honestly thought we were going to be on a rail world myself. I didn't think we were going to be on a regular world. Which actually the realization that my blueprints might not be any good anymore has actually got me a little concerned, because that means what I thought I had might not work anymore, which is concerning. How bad's our pollution getting? That wasn't there before. All right, we might be taking a trip out there to deal with that soon. Um, what am I missing? Just steel. All right. Honestly, I'm a little miffed at my teammates for this run for not being on more often, but yeah, it is what it is. So. Don't ask why we have just dead science loose like this. They bit they didn't tell me they were building science. I didn't tell them I was building science. The difference is we finished about the same time, but I built more labs. So yeah. Hmm. Yeah. All right, now here's where it gets into the spaghetti western route, because I need to go up at a 45. And I'm gonna hate myself if I don't keep them vaguely parallel. Nice. Yeah, it's just too many rocks right here for me to start throwing grenades casually. That should be enough room for me to get a train station and roundabout in there. Oh, really? They spread. They spread. That's a fresh spider nest. That wasn't there. Oh, great. I gotta make more defenders. God, that's irritating when they spread like that. Is there a better one in here? I can't remember. I think there is. So we'll have to just use the one that I used last time. This is the one I want. This is definitely one of those moments that I really do wish I had bots. But yeah, hey, if I've got to smear a blueprint down and then slowly build it, I gotta smear a blueprint down and slowly build it. Unfortunately, this blueprint is also another outdated piece of crap because it's Yeah, yeah, no, you're not wrong. So, since I'm not a challenge run YouTuber, starting bots isn't a reasonable mod. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's put together our own mining blueprint here. What are you thinking? Five? Five on each side? Reasonable. And we'll do that as how do I I need to power all five on one side while still making it tileable. And well, I mean, there's no reason I can't use mediums. Does feel like a cop out though. Do you think I did that right, Redeemant? The way I did that is I should be able to just smear it down onto it. Hope I did that right. I didn't want to put I didn't want to put power poles on both sides and worry about pole doubling if with snap to grid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You almost have to do that every time with when you're talking about snap to grid builds. But all right, Slim, be easy. Get some rest. I know you've been getting your ass kicked at work. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to run a pair of poles down here to fill in, to power these, but that way I didn't have any pole doubling while being able to just smear it across the, across the freaking, yeah. Uh-oh. Why are we suddenly speaking of poles outside of power poles? Really? They sneaky, but and it's uncommons, which are actually supposed to be pretty easy to get get once you access the quality mechanic. That's actually a viable grab, unlike a lot of things. This one is not powering anything but itself, so I feel justified in that. Nice. Nice. All right, well, now that we know the footprint of our actual now that we know the footprint of our actual iron mine, I've got way too much stone. I need to figure out. Clearly, the most common attack vector is going to be over in this corner once it starts polluting. But yeah. So, just not sure. The fact that we had a spread over to here, nice. Hmm. Either way, I do not have enough walls. How long have I been live? I've been live for over 2 hours and I didn't even realize it. Holy cow, I didn't even realize how long I was on. Um I've also no, it's I have to work tonight, so I need to get sleep. And I didn't even realize what time it was. Let's widen up that. Yeah, yeah. This does mean do need to go get some. I do need to go back to base, so I to safety before I log off. Long hike back, and the whole reason I was working on a train network. So I'm realizing I need to set up a fourth station. I'm gonna need a fourth train station specifically for ammo. I'm gonna need a train station for ammo. Because there's no way I'm not going to need to transport ammo. So not only do I need to set up a dedicated piercing, well, yeah, normally I would agree. But I have set up all my train stations to one train, one wagon. They don't, only one of them has room for a third. And while it is the iron one, that doesn't feel like it's going to be sufficient, you know? Holy cow, we are at all-time low for for a power pull. Yeah, with a minimum of 3 stops. Also, you like where our uranium patch was? You like that uranium patch? That uranium's at just the best place, isn't it? Our closest uranium patch was here. Our starting iron, copper, and stone were right here, with the coal right there. The one we're probably not going to use if we're just going fast. If we're just trying to go to get it done, is the closest one to us. The only reason we're gonna process uranium is for ammo. There's I guarantee you that's the only reason we'll use process uranium is for ammo. Our iron patch is growing smaller, and I'm a little concerned about it. Let me go. Get over by Ghost's home defense. I don't know enough about the current state of how reactors are built in the game for me to be confident in building one. And if I'm not confident, I know the other two are going to be like, oh, never mind. So, yeah. I can probably hum a few bars and manage something, but gnashing my teeth constantly. Yeah. Yeah, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Um, maybe I'll try to hum a few bars at it, but it won't be anytime soon. But it is that time of day where I do need to call it a day. I've got a meal prep for the next few days. I've got to gotta get this VOD uploaded. I gotta change the sheets on my bed. Just too many things to do. There will not be a stream on Wednesday morning. Just, yeah. Soulburn, I will see you next time. Redeem it. See you next time. Anyone else hanging out? Dude, I'm glad to have you around. I will catch you guys next time. Nice. All right. I will have to look into it. All right. I will catch you guys next time. See you later. Peace.